So one of the many important agents of erosion here is obviously going to be water. In the desert, we don't receive a lot of water. This area receives 6 to 7 inches a year, so that's really not a whole lot of precipitation. But when it comes, it can come all at once, right? You can get a big thunderstorm and a whole lot of water is going to come down. And if you look back here, right, these rocks are definitely eroding downwards. So this right over here is a wash. And in the wash, you're going to notice, right, some very large rocks to some very small rocks. And if we take a look, say right here, what's right down at my feet, we notice that all of these grains are nice and angular. So angular grains, when we see big pieces like this that are nice and angular, tell us that these rocks are close to their source. And of course, where's the source for this? Well, right up there. So these rocks didn't travel very far. They're just eroding out and breaking and coming straight down. Now, what would happen over time is if this material was carried much further away, those angular edges would get nice and rounded out, and we might see something like a conglomerate form a little bit later on. If this material here was to stay and to solidify, it would form a breccia, right? Which breccia is that mixture of sizes, very poorly sorted, has lots of high angles. But I do want you to recognize that sometimes these washes, right, receive an immense amount of water all at once, and you can get those really big boulders. So you take a look, say back up in here, some of those rocks are really, really big. So when there's a big thunderstorm, you have to pay attention to the weather if you're out here hiking, because that material can get washed out and washed down, and it can come down really, really fast. So if you're out here hiking and not paying attention, that can be really deadly and dangerous. So it's always very important, A, to have a general understanding of geology and how erosion works, and B, to always be aware of your surroundings as you're out here.